good, looking good. What's going on, everybody? Hack a Shack, Nunya, what's going on? How you doing, Miss Avidra? How you doing? Real Estate Steve D, what's going on? Little Fid, Eileen, for real, what's going on? How you doing? Charlize Zepka and Key Melvin Reyes, Kevin Mathis. We've got all kinds of people on TikTok. What's going on out there? Hope all is well to all you guys. Got a great show for you guys. What's going on? How you doing? I hope all is well. Joe Velda, what's going on? How you doing? New Jersey in the house. Real Steve D, what's going on? Eileen, hello. I hope all is well with you. I hope you guys are having a great Titan Tuesday. So, with no further ado, welcome to Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO and founder of Titan Medical Center. I'm here with you guys every Tuesday to go over anything you guys want to, answer any questions, answer anything for you guys, talk about therapy of the week, which this week is IGF-1 LR3, which is exciting for a lot of people, including myself. We have another question on here, Lil Fid, TRT Storm Stack. So let's get into this real quick. So TRT Storm Stack. Now, SARMs are select androgen receptor modulators, and they're originally developed to give you all the properties of testosterone without any androgenic effect as far as aromatization, right, into estrogens, right? But it doesn't work that way as well. And I've seen a lot of damage done by SARMs as far as younger guys taking SARMs, thinking, oh, well, I'm not taking testosterone. This is like a little step down. But it crashes their levels, right, and does exactly what testosterone would do if you would stop. So it's really not a good way, I think, to improve yourself. I think that TRT is going to be definitely a stronger way than a SARM, and it's going to be more healthy for you than a SARM to get the results, to feel better, to get all the benefits of testosterone. But you will have to use probably an aromatase inhibitor. And we use commonly Nastrozole. I mean, there's people out there who use Letrozole, Aromacin, all these different other ones. But usually Nastrozole works pretty good. You also want to worry about the add-back therapy effect. So when you take testosterone or anything, as far as that goes, it's going to shut down your natural production. Your testicles aren't going to work. They're going to go through atrophy and shrink. And with that, semen production also slows down, lessens. So that's what the negative effect is. You have tight, shrunken testicles, and you can't produce the semen that you used to. So it's like pop, pop, pop. You definitely don't want to go through that for sure, 100%. Myron, how you doing? Christopher Hoskin, what's going on? If you guys have any questions, shoot them out to us. Anything from hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation therapy, libido detox, libido enhancers, detox therapy, and then we also have blood work nationwide, so we can help you guys out. Well, we'll in-house therapies and drips, we're starting back. So that's going to start back, I would say, probably next week. I've already got everything set. We've got a new nurse practitioner that we hired on, so we have some more time for patients to come in and get the in-house therapies, and the drip started back again. So Chris, next week you could probably schedule one, and you could probably come down if you want to, for sure. Jay Jacobs in the house. What's going on, Jay? PvP, Choward, Chopper, Sean, how you doing? Big Punisher in the house. What's up, Pat? How you doing? Deb, CM35705. Rena said what? Cooper 3705. Crawley, Tank, what's going on? Abdullah, John, Little Fid, what's going on again? Man, so everybody, Seth Jordan in the house, what's going on, Seth? Lorenzo, how you doing? Chris Fournier said, hell yeah, I can't wait. Be there ASAP, for sure. It's going to be awesome. So Little Fid's asked, phentermine or Wegovy? So I would go with Wegovy or semaglutide is the active ingredient in Wegovy, okay? So I would go with semaglutide a million times, 100% over phentermine. Because semaglutide is actually going to help you lose weight. And it's going to be beneficial for your health all the way around. So when we explain this, semaglutide is going to be great for your sugar levels, right? It's also going to be great for curbing the hunger in your body to get you weight loss effect. And with this, everything's going to improve. Even cardiovascular health is what they're saying. 20%, stronger of not getting heart disease if you take semaglutide. Pretty cool. Now, phentermine. Phentermine is a FDA-approved appetite suppressant. So it's not a weight loss drug, but it's supposed to suppress your appetite, which will make you lose weight, right? The bad thing about phentermine, you can't take it for long extended periods of time. Where semaglutide, you can pretty much take the rest of your life if you want to every single day. Well, every single week, because it's only 1 week. only 1 shot per week. So if it was Wegovy, it was the oral tablet, you take it every day, and the shot you would take once a week. So let me make sure I clarify that. But phentermine, you can only take for 30 to 60 days. You're going to build up a tolerance. It's not going to work as well. And at that point, it could cause cardiovascular issues, nervous system issues. So at that point, you really don't want to deal with phentermine. Phentermine is definitely not a good option out there. It might boost your energy for a little bit because it's like a methamphetamine. But if you're going to do something like that, I would do our ECA Stack Plus, a lot more healthier for you. You can take it every day, and you can take it along with semaglutide. And then you're going to get true expedited weight loss with those two. So phentermine I stay away from. Tetrametrozine I stay away from. A lot of people abuse it, and it doesn't work very well. Real Stevie D. I went through chemotherapy for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm in remission almost 2 years. My doctor's okayed me to take some TRT. What are your thoughts? Okay. So, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Thank God you're in remission 2 years, and I hope the rest of your life. With this, doctor okayed for TRT. I wouldn't say it's a negative thing. I think that's a positive thing. And if your doctor is going to monitor you while you're on the TRT, that's what you really want, right? Because if this thing comes back and you have to go through this thing again, you want to catch it in the early stages. And you don't want anything to increase this. So would I say TRT would be a good thing? Yeah, I've seen people that are in remission from cancer take testosterone replacement therapy and be healthy and be able to do it. And at that point, not take anything that's going to be like a growth hormone releasing peptide or IGF-1, because that can increase bad cells like cancer cells, and that could actually come back. So TRT I think would be a good option if your doctor is going to monitor you and you're going to be okay. Because listen, if your levels are on the low end, you're not feeling this good, and chemotherapy, having to go through that, you're killing off all the good cells, all the bad cells. It's not taking any hostages. So at that point, I would definitely do the blood test. If the blood test and your doctor says, hey, listen, you're okay for TRT, then I would take them up on the offer, see how it goes. You can always get off if you want to, but at least you'll be good to go. Pat Russo said, I'll be down next weekend, bro. Definitely going to get up next weekend for sure, 100%. Graham Cracker, what's going on? How you guys doing? Thank you, Pat. I appreciate you buying the badges, dude. It helps me out, guys, with the badges. It tells Instagram, hey, listen, this guy's putting out good content. Let's send some more people his way. So if you guys get a badge, I really appreciate it. It's not necessary, but it would definitely help. Can BPC 157 cause anxiety? I've never heard a BPC 157 cause anxiety. Now, I do remember, patient calling up about getting anxiety and not knowing if it came from BPC 157. I don't know if that was you or not. But at this point, it really doesn't. I've never had a patient ever before the other day call about having anxiety and taking BPC 157. BPC 157, there's no if it was a stimulant, that could cause anxiety for sure, 100%. If your hormones are off, this can cause anxiety too as well. So there's some different causes for anxiety, but even people working themselves up, if they've never took an injection before, that can cause anxiety too as well. You have all these things, and your head's going a million miles an hour, your brain, and and you're worried about all these negative things that could happen, and at that point, this could cause anxiety too as well. So I've never seen it or heard it. Like I said, there was a patient that called the other day about taking BPC 157 and might have anxiety, but I don't think it was from the BPC 157. I think it was just anxiety. Okay. All right. What's the average interest rate at car loan? I have no idea. It's TikTok, man. You guys get the worst questions sometimes. What else we got? Anything else?
Yeah, we got one up here.
All right. Sean L71, 51-year-old man, full hip replacement. Need a good cycle recommendation, either to try. All right, so at 51 years old, you shouldn't be cycling. You should probably be on a consistent hormone replacement therapy or testosterone replacement therapy regimen. With that, I would definitely get on testosterone replacement therapy if you need it. First thing to do is blood test. But if you need it, I definitely think that's the first way to go. That's going to help improve recovery, inflammation, all these different things, and make you feel a lot better, right? The next thing, I would talk about doing BPC 157 and TB 500, the healing peptides, to make sure. I just had surgery done. I'm taking them on full blast right now. It should definitely help me heal faster. And you want a full healthy heel on a hip replacement. This is not something to mess around with. So, I would definitely throw those in the mix, and maybe IGF-1. That's where I would start if I were you. I would do that because right now that's what I'm taking. BBC 157, TB 500, IGF-1, my hormone replacement therapy regimen, which is testosterone and anastrozole and clomiphene. And then at that point, you can always add some different things in the mix when you're back to be able to work out, like Hercules Potion or MK, because with this being down, you're not being able to work out. I'm not being able to work out for another 5 weeks, so I understand the displeasure in this. And then you're like, man, I'm going to lose mass, I'm going to lose all this muscle. So one thing, get your nutrition right. Eat correctly, especially during this time when you're down. If you ever get an injury, don't say, you know what, I'm just going to quit what I'm doing. I'm going to quit doing my therapies. I'm not going to eat good. Screw it. I can't do anything anyway. I'm going to do what I want. This is going to put you farther behind the starting line for where you want to be. You don't want that negative effect. You want to be able to have a good foundation so when you're ready to start getting back in there and start hitting it again, you're going to be good to go. Okay? You'll have a good starting point. All right. What's going on? Everybody else joining in. Shaped by Sarah in the house. What up, Sarah? OS Mary, Big Guy, Lil God. Shaped by Sarah said, BBC 157 is amazing. Yes, it is. Helped me so much and helps so many of our other patients out there. Jason, what's going on? All Red Skies. Kaylin, TN, Mackenzie, what's going on? All right, so let's get into our therapy of the week. Since we've talked about some of these different things already, we might as well get right into the mix. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about therapy of the week. Therapy of the week this week is IGF-1 therapy. So insulin-like growth factor 1, LR3. And basically you have IGF-1 and you have IGF-1 LR3. IGF-1 LR3 is an extended release. So it has a longer half-life than regular IGF-1. Now, IGF-1 is what the body creates after growth hormone goes to the liver and converts. It converts into IGF-1, 2, and 3. And IGF-1 is the most important part that you're going to get out of growth hormone. And IGF-1 has all the benefits of anti-aging. So all the benefits you get from growth hormone really comes from IGF-1 levels being higher or being boosted up. And IGF-1 therapy, especially LR3, can help with a number of amazing things. One, recovery. So healing faster. That's very, very important. Whether it's healing from your workouts and recovering faster for those and building back stronger, or getting over a surgery or something as far as an injury. You want to be able to get through that fast as possible, and this is definitely going to set you up for success. The other portion of it, it's going to increase lean body mass, so it should increase cell size in the body. Now, with this, there's a caveat. It increases good cells and bad cells. So if you were in remission from cancer, let's say, like one of the people on here said, then at that point, this is not a good fit because this could increase those bad cells in the body, which could bring back the cancer. And you don't want that. So if you have a history of cancer in your family, that's the caveat. You've had a history of cancer yourself, that's the caveat. Would not recommend that for anybody that's doing that. But if you want to lose weight, right, this is going to be a good one for losing weight. It's going to give you more natural energy. It's going to help as far as increasing cellular size. So, being able to decrease those cells in the body. And as we age, you can't get as big as you used to. With this, you could possibly get to that point. It's really good all the way around, whether it's for weight loss or trying to increase specific muscles. IGF-1 LR3 we've used for a long time. It currently went away from the pharmacies for a while, and now it's finally back in one of them. So we want to offer this up to everybody out there, and you do get a discount with IGF-1 LR3 this week only. We do have the discounts on every therapy of the week. That's why it's so important for you guys to get on the newsletter, because the newsletter is going to dictate what the therapy of the week is, and you'll know right away. You can read it on Monday, see it come out, you'll be like, oh man, I've been wanting to try this, and now I get a discount on it. Check the newsletter. If you have not been subscribed to the newsletter, I'll tell you how to get on that after we're done with the show. But IGF-1 LR3 comes in 3 different packages. It comes in our low dose, which is 500 micrograms, our high dose, which is 1,000 micrograms, and the Titan dose, which is 2,000 micrograms. 500 micrograms is good, 1,000 micrograms is better, but 2,000 micrograms is the best, and you're at the highest dose you possibly can with IGF-1. You want to take this for a couple months, and then you want to get off. I would say 2 to 3 months tops, and then give yourself at least a month break to go back on it. Now, you can switch over to different things, like CJC 1295 with ipamorelin, maybe MK677, and these things can help keep your IGF-1 levels high and also give you a break from IGF-1 in particular so you can go back on it maybe a month or two. But it's got amazing effects. I mean, everybody that takes it really does get some really good results. What's a therapeutic dose for IGF-1? Usually 20 to 30 micrograms per day. There are people that do a lot more as far as that goes. You can go to 50, 60, 70. But at 20 to 30 micrograms daily, as far as the therapeutic dose, that's usually what we would do for patients. If you're trying to do some different things like heal fast and all that, you could increase the dosage. But that's where we like to stand, right in there. Denny Rosa, Choke, what's going on? IS, Mark Neal, what's going on? Eva, what's going on? Sean, you're welcome, brother. Anything we can do, please let us help you out. All right. If you want IGF-1 therapy, now this is one of the therapies that does require blood work. So there's only a couple of therapies that require blood work before you can get it, and IGF-1 is one of those. But it's real simple and easy to do. You can get the blood test, and at that point you do your consultation, and you can get set up for IGF-1 and all other therapies possibly too. You never know, if you do the blood test, you might have low testosterone or something that points out to you. Then, that could be an answer to one of your questions of what's going wrong with the body. So it's always a good idea to get blood work, no matter what, checking on yourself, doing those diagnostic checks, making sure everything's right and running optimally. And if not, you look at it and you catch it early so you can fix it fast. That's the best thing you could possibly do. All right. Next one. Women with paralysis can speak by thinking with a brain implant and AI. How cool is that? So what they did was there was a lady that had she had a stroke 18 years ago, and they wanted to be able to do research on this person be able to communicate again. Because think about it. You live on this earth, let's say you're 18 years old, everything's fine, you have a stroke, and now you couldn't do any of the things you could do before. And that sucks. And communicating is definitely hard to do if you can't talk, right? I've even seen people that are deaf, and those people that are deaf, and I feel for them because not all of them can read lips, and not everybody knows sign language. So I've seen what the troubles and problems are, but I really feel for people like this because they're kind of stuck in their body and they can't communicate unless they write something down. If they can move, and if they have problems throughout their body, they can't move either. So with this, they put some electrodes on her brain. I think it was 253 electrodes across her brain, different parts. And then what we have her do was, with these electrodes, they'd have her say these silent phrases per se, right? And they'd have it like her think these phrases over and over in her mind. And these electrodes picked up on this, and with the AI algorithm and the muscles, the way they were moving and spasming, they put together these things called phonemes. And at that point, these things would put together words and sentences. And digitally, like on a TV, so I'm sitting right here and I got a TV in front of me, they have an avatar of the woman that looks like her and even has the same voice. Because what they did was they took her wedding video and they grabbed her voice from that, and AI turned it into that voice. So now it speaks like her. Now, the average person can do, I think it was 162 words per minute. That's how they talk. That's how a normal person talks, 162 words a minute. Now, this has up to 78 words a minute, so it's really good. I mean, that's really, really good. I mean, for somebody that couldn't speak a word, this is awesome. So at that point, we're getting to these levels of achievement and technology and science. They're just, blowing things out of the water. So now this person has a digital avatar that can talk like them, and even from the way that she's thinking, will do the expressions of her face. So now somebody can see the expression, the way that she's saying these things. And it's really crazy because this chick has like an implant in her head, and they actually connect into the implant. It reminds me of Giant Mnemonic, if you've ever seen that movie with Keanu Reeves. Yeah. If you haven't seen that movie, it is a good one to watch, and because this is where the future's going. He basically had a hard drive in his brain. He could connect things in there and put information on his brain, on the hard drive. Same concept almost. These implants are not far off from the brain and being able to use biologically. Because, not just her, Elon Musk with Neuralink. He's already used this on chimpanzees, and they've already used it. And they're going to go into human trials next. And this is right along with it. So very, very cool what the future entails for people that may be having some of these disabilities. And, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And at that point, the way that technology is advancing, whatever your disability or whatever your problem is, they're probably going to find a solution, hopefully, in the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, to a certain degree, right? I mean, all these different things, all this different research, all this different science, I mean, coming together in research. I mean, it's amazing. It's really amazing what they're helping some of these people do, from gene editing to brain electrodes, right? I mean, it's nuts, but very cool, very awesome, and I'm very happy for this woman and anybody else that helps in the future. All right, YG Lee. All right, so I know you asked a question real quick. Okay, is taking 1 milligram of AI too much for an E2 level of 70? All right, so yes, I think that. Now, here's the difference, right? Now, if you're on testosterone replacement therapy, it's going to aromatize into estrogen. Now, your body aromatizes these hormones too as well naturally. So I know before we were talking about your natural testosterone being, I think, 700 or 800 now. Now, if your E2 has rose to this, you want to find a dose that works. And you don't want to go overboard on the dose. You don't want to crash your estradiol levels, your E2 levels. Because if you crash your E2 levels, you're going to feel like garbage. It's not going to be as good in the bedroom until those levels get back to where they need to be. So it's taking 1 milligram of AI too much. Now, 1 milligram, is that per week? Is that multiple doses per the week? Because if it's 1 milligram of AI a week, it probably wouldn't be too bad. But what you should do is you need the blood test. And you don't need to do a full blood test on this, unless you really want to look at everything all over. But just run the testosterone free and total and run the estradiol test and see where you come back as, and be consistent on the medication. So, you take the medication on Monday. You might want to test on Tuesday or Wednesday and see where it's at. And you might want to run this again on like a Friday to see where you come back as, a couple days, 5 days later after taking the medication, because there could be some bounce back too as well. So it's all about testing. Then when you have the test results that look good, then you be consistent on your medication, and then they just stay the exact same of where you're at, hopefully. Natural functions, it could go up and go down. I'm not going to lie to you. 1 time a week. So 1 milligram 1 time a week is not that bad, but you might want to split the dose too. So a half on one day and a half on the other. I don't want to mess with your regimen. So whoever's prescribing the regimen needs to grab the reins and be like, listen, this is what we need to do. I always believe that not stepping in, to the kitchen when a cook's already cooking. There shouldn't be that many cooks in the kitchen. At that point, you give them the order, let them do the order, and then at that point, if it's not what you like, then you can always move on to a different cook. But you want to make sure that you're at least following protocol. So you're being consistent, because somebody can't help you if you're always changing things. We used to get that all the time, and people would call me up and be like, "Man, this is off." I'm like, "All right, well, it says you're taking this and oh, well, I changed that. I'm taking less anastrozole and I'm taking more testosterone." I'm like, dude, why did you do that? Because we can't be consistent. We're thinking it's one way, and you're doing a whole different other way, and you're getting a different result. That's the reason. Because, and you got to trust the process, follow the process. If the process doesn't work out, then you move on, and you got to go with somebody that you can trust doing that process. That's going to lead you down the right path, and give you all the answers that you need. Clay Estes, what's good, guys? I hope all is well with you too. Vincent Adrian, what's going on? Clay, what's going on? Stefan, what's going on? How you doing? All right. So for anastrozole, make sure, like I said, blood test. That's the biggest thing I take away from it. All right, next topic. Eminem tells Vivek Ramaswamy, I hope I pronounced that correctly, to stop rapping his songs. So if you guys don't know who this is a Republican candidate, Vivek Ramaswamy. And at that point, he's been showing up to his gatherings, and at that point he's going on stage and he was rapping, lose yourself to the moment, basically. It was the song that was on 8 Mile. Now with this, he said that basically, like, he doesn't want him ever using any of his music. He doesn't stand for what Vivek stands for. He's a big Democrat, I guess, and I guess he's a woke rapper is what he's saying. And at that point, he doesn't want anything to do with anything that Vivek is saying out there. And Vivek, I think that he's more in the middle of the road than any of the candidates on the Republican side. And I don't want to get political here, because this is not about politics. It never will be. But I think the guy is in the middle, true, like, conservative, but in the middle of being conservative, not far right or far left. And I think that, Eminem, I think he's a good rapper, but I think that, he's a little bit too far left at that point. And it is what it is. And you can have your opinion, and that's what's supposed to be the best thing about our country, is you can have your opinion and nobody can take that away from you. But, not rapping his songs, I know a lot of different candidates have had other bands per se or artists say that they couldn't use their songs. And they could file suit on this. I mean, he's not supposed to be using it unless he gets he gets permission from Eminem or the rights to whoever owns the rights, which I think it's him or the BMI Records. So at that point, it is what it is. I mean, don't use it. Use somebody else that really does embrace you. And at that point, maybe you can bring along on the campaign trail, and it'll probably help you a lot better if the artist is on your side instead of against you, and you're using their music. So if they don't want you, don't give them anything. It is what it is. Same thing with like the Punisher. I mean, I don't know if you guys have followed the comics or anything like that, but so the Punisher logo, the skull logo, was picked up by police, our service members, and been used in different things like tanks or police cars, SWAT, whatever it is. And Marvel Comics does not like that very much, and they've actually changed the logo, and they actually just killed Frank Castle in the comics. Yeah, because they don't want association with this, and they'd rather not have the character. And one of the comic book creators of Frank Castle said, this is an absolute tragedy. This guy's loved by a whole bunch of people out there. He stands for something good, and at that point, just because Marvel doesn't like the people that are utilizing the skull for what they are, which I don't think is a bad thing. What's the matter with our service members? They're protecting us. Who cares? They should be able to use that. Same with police. Now, there's good and there's bad police. Obviously, we've seen bad ones on TV, but I'm sure you guys have met some good ones in your life, possibly, right? And at that point, like, we shouldn't put them all in the same group. If you do that, then you put all race members in the same group, right? One Greek guy's bad, so all the Greek guys are bad. One black guy's bad, all the black guys are bad, Or one HRT company's bad, they're all bad, It doesn't go like that, So it is what it is. Pick what you want, but like I said, for this situation, I would say screw you, Eminem. I'm going to go with somebody, and I'm sure somebody would step up on that side that likes what he has to say, and he uses some of their music, and that's what it is. Kaji Gus, what's going on? Grizzle, Ala Muhammad, what's going on? How you guys doing out there? It's Ziggy. Anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. So, if you guys don't know, I'm bouncing back from a hernia repair surgery. I'm like 1 week exactly. I had it last Tuesday. And healing up good. And I'm using TB500, BPC157, IGF-1 therapies, and of course I'm taking my HRT therapy, which my testosterone, nastrozole, and enclomiphene. And I'm adding some different things in the mix. I haven't been taking my Hercules potion because I haven't been able to train. So I've not been utilizing that. So I can't wait to when I finally get back to train to get that feeling back from Hercules potion because it is amazing. It helps out so much. So it's awesome. All right. Weekly poll. What have you guys tried for losing weight, keeping lean muscle, or getting more energy? 24% of people said, I haven't tried anything. 19% said over-the-counter supplements. 5% said energy drinks. 33% said working out regularly. I like that. 19% I take Titan therapies like IGF-1 LR3, ECA Stack Plus, etc. So this is awesome, right? I mean, you got people out there, 24%, they don't take anything. So at that point, they're not really utilizing anything. 19% is supplements. So you're taking over-the-counter supplements, creatine, whatnot, protein powders. 5% for energy drinks. Now, energy drinks, I wouldn't utilize them. I know a lot of people utilize them out there, but there's a lot of different bad, negative things in these energy drinks. Even if it's 0 calories or 0 sugar, watch out. I mean, there's other things out there like your ECA Stack Plus that will work a lot better and are a lot healthier for you and don't have these negative things in them, okay, ingredient-wise. So it is what it is. And then we have 33% said working out regularly. That's key. I think that's the biggest one out of here. Except for taking Titan therapies. You combine the Titan therapies, expedite results. So that's the best of the best. Kaji Gus said, what peptide is good for joint pain in your foot or feet? BPC157 and TB500 for sure, 100%. 100%, man. Your foot or feet, yeah, and you're going to want to inject it closer to the lower area. When you start getting into the feet, you start getting a lot of nerve endings. So at that point, you can do it subcutaneously, ankle-wise or kind of around there. I've done this before, so I kind of know. and at that point, be able to utilize it and hopefully get some good success out of healing from it. Fit Meal Day, how you doing? Shatha, what's going on? Sign, how you doing? Jim Hunt Life, Alasan, Banker Bob, Ross Body, Boss Founder, what's going on? I hope all is well. All right. Upcoming events. 9/15 and 9/16, St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. Titan Medical Center is the main presenter. Well, we are is presented by Titan Medical Center, and one of the main fashion designers in this. We'll be creating awesome new Titan fashions, having our awesome Titanettes and Titans walk the runway and represent. After that, we got 10/21 Hurricane Pro at St. Petersburg Coliseum. Big shout out to Tim Gardner Productions. Titan Medical Center is always in the house for these awesome events. This one should be good. I can't wait. Awesome for the competitors, the vendors. I can't wait to see everybody out there. Next one afterwards is we have 11-2 to 11-5. We'll be in Orlando with Olympia. I was on with Michael Hearn just earlier, and we were doing a live on his YouTube. And basically, we're talking about Olympia, like all the stuff we're going to have. Guys, I'm going to have the most giveaways I've ever had. I'm going to have the most booth space I've ever had. I'm going to have the most people I think I've ever had there. So at that point, it's going to be a big presentation from Titan Medical Center. We're coming out. All the guns are blazing. And we're going to be rocking it. So I can't wait. So if you are in Florida or you're coming to Olympia, please come by and see us. Next week, I'll announce the booth number for you guys so you guys can look and make sure you guys know what booth we're at. We're kind of right in the front to the left. Yeah, you guys will get the booth details very shortly. After that, 11/18, Carson Couture at the Motor Enclave. I can't wait for that. Donna Crowley, Carson Couture, benefiting Autism Speaks. This is the 13th annual Collectors Gala presented by Titan Medical Center, and we are one of the main fashion designers. And we'll have a ride there too, so we're going to have one of the Titan vehicles there on like this spinning circle in the middle of everybody, which I can't wait. Going to be an awesome event, brand new location too as well. Phenomenal location, so I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. 11/19 Festival of Speed. So the next day we're off to Ritz-carlton in Orlando for Festival of Speed. This is a very upscale car event. Only the best of the best here, and it's always a great time. It's spread across the back of the Ritz-carlton property, so it's phenomenal in the location. Like we've been doing this, I think 3 years. So I think this will be our 4th year doing it. So can't wait. Going to get excited for this one. Festival of Speed, here we come. And then at that point, we'll be adding new events on, hopefully before the end of the year. We're going to have a lot of local events going on at gyms and other places here locally. So just stay tuned, and we'll give you guys all the information. Look out for the Titans and Titanettes out there. Give us a shout out if you see us. Take a picture with us. Make sure you guys are always locked to our social media platforms. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok for sure. YouTube, go over there and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And make sure you hit the newsletter. All you have to do is text the number 228-282 Titan Medical. That's it. That's all you got to do. And you will get on the newsletter. Or you can go to our link tree, which is in our bio of our Instagram. And you can go on there and go down to the newsletter, click that, and you guys can register for the newsletter too as well. It's very simple and very easy for you guys to do. I appreciate you guys always joining me. If you're in Florida, I hope you guys are being safe for the hurricane that's coming. If you guys didn't know, a hurricane's supposed to be coming our way. So please be safe. Bunker down if you need to. Get plenty of water, food, and just hang out with the family, man. Play some games, some board games, wherever you guys can. And, enjoy your time together and just be safe. All right? My name's John. I'm the founder and CEO of Titan Medical Center. I'm here with you guys every Tuesday for Titan Talk Tuesday. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And like I said, be safe out there, and I'll see you guys very shortly.